My name is Kristin Anderssen. I'm from Oslo in Norway. Have you heard of
Yes,
Berlin?
yes.
Yeah. So it's Northern Europe for those who don't know. And I'm right now I'm CEO of Make a Wish Norway, but I used to work for the city government with business development for many years.
Nice to know and welcome to Pakistan.
Thank you.
I hope you like it.
I love it. It's my fourth time.
Okay. So, how do you feel that now you see a lot of women in business, in tech? What challenges would you like to highlight that you faced as a woman and now it totally changed the world?
Well, to be honest, since I grew up in Norway, I really haven't had that sort of challenge being a woman. I mean, it's a challenge on finding the right job or finding, and having, bosses you don't like, or but that's like universal. It has nothing to do with me as a
Yeah, of
woman.
course.
But I do. That said, of course, there is. I have two children. They're now 18 and 21, and I would not have been able to do what I do without a supporting husband. So for me, I think women can do whatever men can. Like there's, and we can also do a few other things that men can't do. Giving birth, which is actually the most precious thing in the world. That said, we should also be able to create on other, and it should be up to us. So I think men should not stand in the way. I think that is, or other, and there's, you also.
Men should be supportive.
They should be supportive. That means they shouldn't make it easier, but they should not make a hurdle. Because it's not like we don't need easy. We can work our butt off. We don't need, we don't need to be like, but we should not get the job because we're women.
Yeah.
And I think the whole discussion is turned upside down, because it's not like we are getting quoted in, or but we have always been quoted out.
That's absolutely incredible that you highlighted this point.
So I think it's just a silly discussion. We should not be kept out of a job because we're women, and we should not be kept out because we don't get quoted in because we are friends and play golf. And at the end of the day, most of the people are not CEO or not top level. Most of the people, are just they just want to work. And they should be able to do that. And I also see a challenge in places where women get a lot of, like a really good degree. Like, for instance, in Pakistan. Last time I checked, it might have changed now the last few years, but it was 70% that graduated from with a medical doctor were female. And like, it was like maybe 60% of them stayed home.
Yeah.
And that is such a waste.
Exactly.
And I mean, yes, the husband gets like an interesting, smart woman, but what does that? I mean, where does that leave? And it's not a good economic way of doing things. That's why like companies like Set Up Funny, which is amazing, where women can work from their homes. But that is also kind of stupid. I mean, you should be able to. It should be a badge of honor that your daughter-in-law or your wife or your friend has a well-paid job and has a purpose. Because let's face it, a lot of people on the golden place, the men find the younger version. So, and then you sit there and you have like made your life, you have as the wifey with the house and the kids, and then you're sitting there,
you're
with nothing. I'm sorry. I mean, and your children don't really, they see that you withered away because you haven't gotten your full potential, and then you get bitter. And then you let the same happen to your
daughter.
And so I think also this is not just for the men to be supportive and not stand in the way. It's also for the women to be supportive and not stand
Yeah,
in the
that's
way,
absolutely
and not
true.
shame women that wants to have a career.
That's absolutely right. Lastly, I would like to ask you that this is the first day of Future Fest, and you said that this is your first time you're visiting Pakistan.
No, no, this is my fourth,
Okay, this is your fourth
my
time.
fourth time,
So,
and my third Future Fest.
okay, your third Future
And
Fest.
I was kind of Ashish Azam, the founder of Future Fest. He was visiting me in Norway when he met somebody that has started a Future Fest, Catapult Future Fest, in Oslo. So, which is a very small, like a very, I would say, a more, yeah, it's a very like small group,
Okay.
and I love this Future Fest so much more because this is a lot bigger.
What views would you like to give about Future Fest, about Arzish, about Azam Uncle?
Well, I think this is a really good good way of getting people to see that there's possibilities and that they have to do it themselves, right? And I think it's I know how much